Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here on a breezy morning here out in the desert. What I got for you today is a review of the MJX X400 quadcopter. This is one that's, I guess, has been going under the radar again, like a lot of these recently, because there's been so many being released. But this one I kind of like. It seems to be a high quality quadcopter for the price that you're getting it. I'd like to discuss two different things. One about the transmitter. The transmitter seems to be a high quality transmitter. It has selectable mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, and mode 4. Additionally, it has a velocity damper switch, or velocity damper dial, where if you're a beginner, you can set it to low, and particularly it's for the throttle only, but it allows the quadcopter to be more mellow in going up and down. And if you set it higher, it increases the ability of the acceleration of the throttle in going up and down. So particularly this could come in handy for when you're doing aerial video. The quadcopter itself is well built. You can feel the quality of the quadcopter. Compared to a lot of others I've seen, this is a nicely made quadcopter. It is equipped for a camera pod. I guess they sell a C4002 camera. It's a 2 megapixel camera that can be attached to this quadcopter. It's also advertised as HD, or not HD, but FPV for a C4005 camera. Currently, though, that C4005 FPV camera pod is not available, and as such, my particular quad that I got, there is no pins inside there, so this will not work. The one that I got will not work with the FPV quad or pod if they ever come out with it. I'm having my doubts that MJX is actually ever going to come out with the FPV quad for these FPV pod for these quadcopters. It's been out for a while and they still haven't released that FPV pod, so this will be mainly for flying, acrobatics, or just practicing, a fun quadcopter to fly, and also for camera pod for the C4002. I know that one's out there available for this quadcopter. I intend to use it to hook up a 808 keychain camera. This is a very stable flyer, just flying around my living room at home. So I think this will be a great camera quadcopter with my 808 keychain camera, and I'll do that in future flights. Now, for today's flight, I have the prop guards installed. This is my first outdoor flight with the quadcopter. I'm going to be trying some acrobatics with it, particularly flips, and I want to protect it until I get a feel for this quadcopter. So I have the prop guards installed. They're easy to install and easy to remove. They just pop right in via pins on the booms around the motors themselves. So I'll leave them installed for today. Now, I want to go into one more thing about this transmitter. I said it was a high quality transmitter. It is selectable. It is selectable from mode 1, mode 2, mode 3, and mode 4. Now, this is the first of the toy quads that I've seen that you're able to select mode 1 through 4. Right now it's in mode 2, and if you press this lower button, it'll toggle to mode 4. If you want to go to mode 3 and mode 1, you have to move this right switch here up, and this one to center, and now it's mode 3 and mode 1 selectable. So if you want mode 1 and mode 3, you have to move these up, and then if you want mode 2 and 4, you have to move them down. And what these switches also do is, right now there's no centering spring for the throttle in mode 2. I'm in mode 2 right now. If I move this up, it sets a centering spring for mode, what's the other ones? Mode 3 and mode 1. So if you want to go mode 1, you have to move this up and then move this all the way up. So, and I discovered that by accident. The instruction manual for this quadcopter is pretty bad. It's also in Chinese. There's no English translation to the instruction manual. So pay attention to this video. I'll try to go over all the switches on this thing. Now, this button here selects beginner, intermediate, and advanced. Beginner is nice and stable, very docile flying. Intermediate is actually pretty zippy. Okay, very maneuverable in intermediate, in my front yard at least. And when you go to advance, that makes it more zippy, but the thing is, this also has auto flipping. So if you go to this advance and you push this the pitch or roll control too quickly, you'll do an auto flip. That's good and bad if you want to do. Actually, I'm going to try to demonstrate that today. I'm going to try to do barrel rolls by giving it slight forward pitch and then just moving it up and to the left to see if I can do barrel rolls with this quadcopter today. So I'm going to try to use the auto flipping, but it also has this button up here, which I guess when the camera is installed will just activate the camera, but when the camera's not installed, I'm assuming, we'll find out, that it will do manual flips by pressing the button then telling the direction of the quadcopter to flip. So let's go into a flight with the MJX X400. Hope you enjoy the flight. Lights on this quadcopter are blue and orange in the back. Oh, one other thing I wanted to mention. The battery door was screwed shut. There's a screw in the very back of the battery door. I don't know what that's for, unless it's for shipping or what. But I removed that screw and figured that's how you gain access to the battery door. It just pops open. Okay, just remember that. The battery door is screwed shut when you get it. Just remove it and dispose of the screw or put it away. Okay, the quadcopter is on. And binding to the transmitter. And right now I'm in mode 4. I want to go to mode 2. You have to do this twice, by the way. Up and down, up and down. Okay, let's take to the air. I'm going to stay in intermediate, or beginner first, just to fly it around the field. Very stable flyer. Similar, actually very similar to how the X5C flies. So this will make a great beginner's quadcopter. Let me bring it in closer. Actually, I keep forgetting that I'm using the Mobius camera on my head, and that has a very wide angle lens. But yes, this is a very stable flyer, on the order of flying a X5C. Now I got throttle set to beginner, so it's very docile, the throttle control. You can make large variations, but that's not going to go up and down very quickly. Large variations on the throttle, and it's very docile, the throttle. So it's great for, again, for video. Okay, now I'm going to increase that, and notice how it takes off upward. Okay, now I got the throttle set to max, but I'm still in beginner's mode. Let's take it up to intermediate. Now we're intermediate. Oh yes, it's very much more maneuverable in intermediate. I press that button one more time. Let's bring it in closer again. Extremely maneuverable. And keep in mind, I got the prop guards on. But still very smooth flyer. See how that's maneuvering there while I'm doing funnels? Okay, let's try the flip feature. See if this button will have us do flips. Yes, it does. So again, if the camera's attached, it's not going to do flips. This is similar to the old X5C, where you needed to remove the camera to be able to do flips. Let's bring it in. Now I'm going to go to 100. Oh heck, I hit mode 1, mode 4, I'm sorry. Now I'm back to mode 2. Now I'm in 100. Okay, see how that works in 100? Let's try to do a barrel roll. Weird. Weird flying, huh? See how auto flip works on this? You do a rapid push and it does a flip. Now keep in mind, this is the first time I've actually flown this like this. Yeah, I've been just doing hovering flights with this, but there's a auto flip. That was auto flipping. I'm going back to intermediate. Okay, I'm back in intermediate. Okay, in future flights of this, I'm going to remove the prop guards. I'm sure this is going to be a very maneuverable quadcopter with us when they take off the prop guards. But again, this is the intro to this quadcopter, intro video. It is a good quadcopter, very well made. I'm just curious. Let's see how much range I get here. Let's go down to the end of the soccer field and see if I can fly back. So the range is good. Took it down to the end of the soccer field, bringing it back. I got a real good feeling on this quadcopter for aerial video. I'm just itching to put my 808 keychain camera on this thing because it is very stable. It has very good range. I need to take it out to the desert to see what its actual full range is. But yes, I like this quadcopter already. This runs about $45. It's not bad. It's very, like I said, it seems to be very well made. Very good quality. The X400. And flies in the wind. I like this quadcopter. This is going to be fun. Okay, X400. You'll see more video reviews of this in the future, a lot more. I'm certain of that. I like this one. Very well made quadcopter. Okay, I wanted to show you one more thing. Again, this has JST connectors for the batteries, meaning that you can use just about any battery that fits in there that has JST connector. I'm using a force power battery, a cheap $3 force power battery. I've already been flying with this for a couple minutes, so I don't know how much more time I got left. But I wanted to show you the yaw rates on this thing once you remove the prop guards. I just removed the prop guards. It took me about 30 seconds to do that. And let's just go show you the yaw rate on this quadcopter. Pretty badass. Excuse my French. Oh, I gotta turn it on. Okay, let's show you the yaw rate on this quadcopter. It's bound to the quadcopter. Okay. Okay, let's bring this back here. We're in beginner mode right now. This is the yaw rate in beginner. Let's take it up to, it's intermediate and that's advanced. Bring it down low. Bring it in close. Again, beginner, intermediate. Bring it in close again. Intermediate, advanced, beginner, intermediate, advanced. So intermediate and advanced got about the same yaw rate, but with intermediate, there's the funnels. Bring it in closer again. Nose in funnels, side funnels, back funnels. Very maneuverable. Once you take off the prop guards, of course. Very good quadcopter. Okay, that's all I wanted to show you. Let's try to flip here. See if I can do a barrel roll flip. Nah, I messed it up. Let's go to advanced and try that barrel roll flip by moving the throttle. Oh yeah, cool. So yeah, you might want to use 100% mode advanced if you want to do these barrel rolls. Cool, huh? Coming nose in. You see how I did that? This makes it very easy to do barrel rolls. Just go like that. Okay, the battery's getting low because this, again, I was flying this just before I did this video. Let's bring it in now. I'm going back to beginner. That was the second flight of the X400. Very good quadcopter. I'm liking it more and more each time I take it up. Okay, MJX X400 Quadcopter 101 signing off again.